The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
All right, does my sound good? If you're watching, let me know if my sound's good, please. Okay. Let me know if my. Okay, yeah, my sound that's good. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, sounds good. Okay. All right, guys, welcome AWA Order. Welcome to my channel, guys. Welcome to X-Men 97 Season 1, Episode 4, and Episode 5 spoiler review. Yes, we're combining both episodes because, last week I did not do a stream. So we're going to combine both episodes into one stream today. Spoiler review, you know the drill. If you've seen the series, you probably know what happens. If you plan to see it and you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you not watch the stream because there will be spoilers involved. Okay, so yeah, so before we get into this, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Also, and yeah, thank you guys. Hey, you know what? I want to see if Degrassi wants to come in. Maybe Degrassi wants to come in and talk about it. No, he's always dialed in. You know what? All right, guys. All right. Yeah, so like, share, subscribe, do all that. Okay, so let's get on. Episode 5 is the episode everybody's talking about, obviously. Yeah, that's great episode. Episode 5. Yeah, we're gonna definitely we're in episode 5 is really it's just episode 5 is some of the best work Marvel's done. Let's just say that in general. And I can certainly say that possibly this show might be the best thing Marvel Studios has ever done. Okay, so yeah. So comment, guys, whatever. So yeah, let's get on with it. Let's put the banner up. I'll put the banner up, and we're gonna. So yeah, so episode 4 is a tale of two stories. Right? Episode 4 was a half and half, right? It wasn't like a full blown episode with one story going on. It was two stories. The first half was focusing on Jubilee. She's turning 18. She's turning 18. Yeah, she's still a teenager, as you know, but she's turning 18. She's fully being legalized as an adult. Okay, and she's there celebrating with Sunspot in her room. They have a video game. They like to play video game stuff. And and this first half focusing heavily on Jubilee. Okay, so okay, so and we have a returning villain. Sorry, I'm just typing something, so maybe that's why I'm a little not talking as much. I'm just typing something, so sorry. So sorry. Okay, so yeah. So if you watch the original show 92, this villain comes back. Okay. Okay, and this villain is a lovable villain known as Mojo. Mojo, the space villain. Space villain, you know, the space villain known for producing. He's basically a studio that runs the show, and his future star is the X-Men, right? You know Mojo. Remember Mojo? Funny, all right, right? His obsession with her obsession with the X-Men, right? And I love Mojo. I was glad to see him back. I know my friend Degrassi loves Mojo. If he's listening, I know you like Mojo. I know you like Mojo, Degrassi. If you're listening, buddy. Mojo. So Mojo's back, and this time instead of doing usual stick of teleporting the X-Men and making him go one through a TV show or a movie, you know, for survival. He decided to go in another direction that will get the younger viewers, the younger people, and during this time, during the 90s, like during the 90s, video games were, yeah, there's a lot of older people still play video games now, but during the 90s, like it was 80s and 90s, a lot of people that play video games were still very, very young, right? And that's the demographic that Mojo wanted to go in, and specifically Jubilee. He specifically target Jubilee, right? Jubilee. And Jubilee was with her friend, and she had a console, some weird game, and the console they had in her room at the mansion looked like a Sega Genesis. It really did look like a Sega Genesis, right? But she remembers. I don't remember having this here. They turn it on, and then they get transported into the game. Mojo kidnaps them both, and they have to find a way to beat the game and get back to normal and back to Jubilee's room and defeat Mojo, basically. And Jubilee has to go through different levels, because this is not like a TV show or movie that Mojo is running this time. It's a game, so to beat the game, you got to go through different levels, right? And eventually beat the final boss, and then so basically this is what it was, right? And as so they know the rules as the game is going on. Jubilee and Sunspot were being helped by a mysterious, you could say, glitch, or whatever, a mysterious character. Right? Throughout the game. Okay? And that, all right. Okay. So as they're doing that, they get to the final boss to defeat Magneto. This special character reveals herself to be an older version of Jubilee. Yeah. Older version of Jubilee. Anyway, what is Jubilee's first real name, though? Jubilee, what's her actual Jubilee comic? It's that one character I don't know. What's her name? That's her actual name, Jubilee. Is that her actual name? Jubilation, Jubilee Lee. Oh, that's her actual name. Okay. Okay, I did not know that. Okay. As you know, throughout the first few episodes, her and Sunspot. Is it Sunspot or Sunsport? Okay, Sunspot. Yeah, we're developing a relationship, obviously, throughout this show. Jubilee and Sunspot were developing a relationship. They gave Jubilee a love interest, in the show, right? Obviously, from the first episode, you knew that was happening. And yeah, and this is where right? But they managed to, they managed to help defeat Mojo once and for all. Mojo is a great character, funny character. I love Mojo. I hope he comes back again. I hope we get a live action version of Mojo. I think that'd be freaking hilarious if we do get a live action version of Mojo at some point. I would laugh so hard if that happens. A live action Mojo. But that's the first half. The second half the second half is the continuation of Storm, the Soul Storm storyline, where Storm is off on her own, leaves X Mansion. Remember, she doesn't have any mutant abilities anymore because of sacrificing herself in front of Magneto in the episode 2. Sacrificing herself to a point where sacrificing herself for Magneto because Magneto was being on trial in episode 2, right? But she sacrificed herself and she doesn't have any power. She feels lost, like she feels lost in the manner. She has to go find her way now. Somebody with no powers. And as you know, we later find out she's in a bar. It seems like she went out west, right? In a bar. And she was approached by a very familiar character from the X-Men 92 show, specifically Future, in the future episodes that take place in the future, Forge, right? And that's the end of that episode. So in episode 4, we carry on that storyline between Forge and Storm. And this is the episode, you could tell, if you watch the episode, you could tell Storm doesn't have the confidence in the world anymore. She lost all confidence, she feels lost, all confidence, she feels whatever, right? Because she lost her powers. Okay? And there's a lot of revealing by Forge. He revealed, his mutant ability. His mutant ability. Right? He has a mutant ability I forget what his mutant ability was, but he explained that while trying to, Forge is there to help Storm try to potentially find a way to restore her powers, right? Her her powers to control weather. The Weather Witch. I know she calls herself the Weather Witch, right? Or the Weather Goddess, right? And there's a point where he reveals some not so good things that left her pissed off, right? He revealed that he made mutant inhibitor collars, and that pissed off Storm. And remember, in this point, they're in the ranch out in the desert, and there's an owl stalking her, and the owl is supposed to represent her despair, right? Her despair, her regretfulness, her sadness, and she has to overcome that, right? Okay. And Forge admits he kind of falls in love with her, right? Right? Okay, so this owl, this owl was not all as it seemed to be. This owl was actually a demon. It poisons Forge and it kidnaps Storm. And the demon is named Adversary. And Adversary is from the comics. Uncanny X-Men. Not used a lot, but from Uncanny X-Men. First appeared on Uncanny X-Men. Is a demon who was originally summoned by the character Forge in the comics. So it makes sense to have him here. Right? So yeah. Supernatural powers. This is a demon. It's not a mutant, it's a demon. So it makes sense to introduce the adversary, the demon, here in this episode with Forge involved. And this is gonna be the episode. This is gonna be Storm's arc with Forge and the demon. Okay. And so yeah, that's about episode 4. It's 2 episodes. Now episode 5 is the one everybody's talking about. Episode 5, this episode, the one that is just this past Tuesday. Is it Tuesday it debuted? Yeah. Okay. This past Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever it came out. Whenever it came out. Now, wow, this episode, it hit the fan, man, in a good way. Oh my god, it was a great episode. Great episode. Oh, heartbreaking too and tragic. It's one of those episodes that made you cry, like cry, man. If you really felt this show, X-Men 92 is great, but this show, the sequel to X-Men 92, they went up, but they made it more. They made it more like sympathetic to the characters, especially with the writing. What made the show great? It's not just the animation and just the scenes, right? All the scenes, how the scenes, the action scenes, all that, but it's actually the writing. Honestly, the writing for this show is top notch. Top notch. Really, really good. And this episode, like episode 2 was really, really good too, man. One of the best episodes, right? I think episode 5 might have topped that. Okay. Okay, because this episode, if you haven't seen X-Men 97, check it out. If you haven't seen episode 5, check it out, man. Check it out because you're gonna be in awe. You're gonna be like, oh my god. Oh my god. And I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna go into detail why this episode is. This show, I'll tell you, say this. I don't know if there's Emmys for cartoons, but this show deserves an Emmy right now. This show is gonna be nominated for Emmys. It's that damn good. Okay? And episode 5 just made the case even stronger. Okay? That case. Okay? I'm telling you. Okay, so let's get to it, guys. Okay, so we get to a point where Cyclops and Jean Grey, right? Cyclops and Jean Grey, right? They're not close anymore. Their distance is right? It's the relationship is not strong anymore. It's actually you're you're not close to each other. Obviously, it happened since episode 3 with Madden Pryor, Nathan, Nathan Summers, the baby, right? And it's been obvious this distance, right? Obviously, it's distance. Okay. It also turns out the X-Men were being interviewed on National Light TV as relations between mutants and humans have obviously been peaceful. Peaceful. Okay. Be right back. Okay, where was I? Okay. Yeah. So where was I? So yes. Also, there was a gala on Genosha after once it's being admitted into the UN, the United Nations, and Magneto brings a team of Rogue and Gambit assisted, right? Gambit assisted because he knows about the relationship between Rogue and Magneto, and he has feelings for Rogue. And the thing about Jean Grey's relationship with Scott with Cyclops salary, right? And this is a point where Jean Grey's fun it started to develop feelings for Wolverine. And well, you know how Wolverine feels has feelings for Jean Grey. When she kissed him, he didn't the way he reacted is not he wasn't happy or smiling in the way he reacted because you could tell he felt she was vulnerable, right? And she was in a vulnerable state and her relationship with Scott was deteriorating and he didn't want to take advantage. Like Wolverine is a nice he may be rough on the edges, but he has respect and honor and he's not someone to take advantage of somebody being vulnerable. You could tell. And that when they when she kissed him, when Jean Grey kissed him. Okay. So Rogue, Magneto, and Gambit go to Genosha, and there's gonna be a gala there. And some familiar characters. Great, watch it, man. Some familiar characters return to the show. You got Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is in this episode on Genosha. Nightcrawler is son of Mystique, and that is in the show, in the original '92 show. Right? Okay. We also Madam Pyre makes another appearance. Obviously, she feels safe there, right? And also turns out she is telepathically communicating with Scott, which did not help. Obviously, it made things worse between Jean and Cyclops to a point where they had a fight, right? And Cyclops gives the reason why. Obviously, Madam Pyre is the mother of his child, who he thought was Jean Grey. Yeah, I understand why. Um, also, here you got Emma Frost and what's his name? The character Kevin Bacon played in X-Men. I think that character was in it too. What's the character Kevin Bacon's played? Sebastian Shaw. There we go. Sebastian Shaw. Was there, and they were looking for a representative uh, um, somebody they could trust. Trust with Magneto, right? And Magneto wanted Rogue to be Rogue to accept that, right? And Gambit doesn't want that. Doesn't want that. She doesn't want Rogue because he likes Rogue, and they have a hard talk when Rogue and Magneto finally get their feelings out. You could tell she has feelings for him, but she explains why she has also feelings for Magneto. It turns out in the past, while Rogue was running around with Mystique in the Brotherhood, she was introduced to Magneto, and they worked together and developed feelings until a point where she actually could touch him, because Rogue's ability to touch people, she absorbs the powers or put them in a coma. But with Magneto, it's different. His magnetic powers don't that protect him from that. Okay, and she does accept the invitation, and there's a dance, nice dance. All of a sudden, music's in the background. All of a sudden, you hear yelling. It's like Cable, and say, "Turn down the music, turn down the music." And you see Cable. Yeah, Nathan Summers, Cable from the future arrived. Peter right in front of Madame Pryor, and Madame Pryor knows who it is because she knows that's her son from the future. She realized, oh my God, that's an adult Nathan. All of a sudden, a Val Sentinel appears, and this Sentinel is not like a typical Sentinel. This Sentinel is huge, has like 3 gigantic heads, and it's OP as hell. He's a group of Sentinels attacking Genosha. It looks like it killed Madeline. Looks like a badly injured Nightcrawler. A lot of mutants were hurt. It looks like it killed Madeline, and possibly Magneto, because Magneto looked like he sacrificed himself in front of a couple mutants, and it was going after, right? And he sat. And then here's the tragic part, the sad part. All right, Gambit goes to destroy that wild Sentinel. But sadly, at the same time, one of the weapons that the Sentinel's head, while Gambit destroyed it, kind of like similar. It's kind of like BVS with Superman sacrificed himself to defeat Doomsday. He defeated Doomsday with the Kryptonian sphere, but at the same time, Doomsday stabbed him. It was like that, right? And so it looks like he died. It looks like Gambit possibly died, and you see Rogue heartbroken, right? Crying. That's my thumbnail. That's her grieving and crying of Gambit's sacrifice to save Genosha. And at the same time, the X-Men that are left at the X-Men were watching the aftermath of the destruction of Genosha, right? Really, really good episode. Really, really good ending. Heartbreaking. Good writing, good action. Now, yeah, so like Magneto, Madeline, are they dead? Is Gambit dead? Is Gambit really dead? Right, you gotta remember, this is comic books. This is X-Men. Are they really dead? Are they really, really dead? Right? We'll see. We'll see in the next episode. But are they really, really dead? Are they really, really dead? Now there's some rumors about what responsible for the Sentinels attack. Two rumors I heard is Cassandra Nova. It's possible Cassandra Nova, who is supposed to be the villain of Deadpool Wolverine 3 and Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, the third movie that's coming out. Cassandra Nova is the twin evil sister of Professor Xavier, and her agenda is to destroy everything that Xavier built. And supposedly in this series, this season, Xavier's sacrifice is what inspired peace between mutants and humanity, and his goal of that was coming to fruition. And Magneto helped it. Magneto also, spearheaded it, took on the mantle, the role of that, felt inspired by that, and some of the mutants and some of the humans, and the worldview of mutants was changing. Obviously, there's still bigots who hated the mutants, right? Obviously, you're still gonna have that. You still need that. But Cassandra Nova possibly might be the reason why those Sentinels, that Super Sentinel, came to destroy Genosha, because she wants to destroy everything Xavier built, peace between humans and mutants, wants to be responsible for all of that. Cassandra Nova, possibly, that might be an MCU connection. Okay, she wants to destroy everything that Xavier built, and seeing the peace between mutants and humanity, she wants to destroy that just to get revenge on Xavier, despite Xavier not being in the show so far. Okay, it's possible one explanation. I don't think that it is. It's just a rumor. It's just one rumor. Another rumor I heard it might be the villain Bastion. Well, another rumor might be the villain Bastion. Now, I don't know who Bastion is. Bastion. It might be Bastion. So it's just a rumor. So take it a grain of salt. We might get a reveal. Now, Bastion Cassandra Nova was never revealed in the original show. That's a fact. Xavier in the original show does have a brother, half brother, and that's Juggernaut to Marco, but no reveal of a twin. Okay, so Bastion, here I'm going to just read something about Bastion. Bastion first appeared in X-Men issue 52 by Scott Lobdell and Pascal Fury. Going by the name of Sebastian Gilbert, he spearheaded Operation Zero Tolerance, a government strike force designed to hunt and exterminate mutants. In the wake of the presidential candidate Graydon Creed being assassinated, and the rise of Onslaught, a creature formed from the darkest parts of Travis Xavier and Magneto's psyche. Yeah, that's Onslaught. I know about Onslaught. Bastion was able to launch Zero Tolerance. He kidnapped Julie. Okay. And Bastion was revealed to be a fusion of Master Mold and Nimrod Sentinels. Okay, so I don't know much about Bastion here. It's just a little breakdown what it could be, but sounds interesting. It could possibly be two. It could possibly be those two villains. Cassandra Nova. I can see why the potential multiverse, maybe the X-Men 97 is going to be part of the MCU multiverse. So Cassandra Nova may have a tie in there, maybe. Okay, and we know that she's the villain of Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, she has not been seen, but we know she's the villain. Evil twin sister of Professor Xavier. Okay. Because that just doesn't happen randomly. But the question is, how did Cable know? How does Cable know about this? I know he's from the future. How does he know about? How does he know about this attack was coming? Does he know who is responsible? He didn't get the chance because he went back in time. They just before warning everybody, and they weren't prepared. They weren't really prepared. And I'm not sure how many episodes. So there's 10 episodes. So we're at the halfway point, and we may not get the answers in the next episode because, according to Ricky, episode 6 is going to be the continuation of episode 4. Episode 4 was part 1. Part 1, the second half was about Storm, and episode 6 apparently is going to be part 2 of episode 4 to finish off the Storm story. And by going to titles, Bright Eyes is episode 7. That's episode 7. But 8, 9, and 10, that's definitely episode 8, 9, and 10 is called Tolerance in the Station. That's probably part 1, 2, and 3. So that last 3 episodes of this series is definitely gonna be a 3-parter. And this is normal if you watch X-Men 92. X-Men 92, they did have a lot of part episodes in the season. Some say season 1 will have part 1, part 2 for titles, and then later on I'll have a separate episode, and then I'll have a couple part episodes in the same season. They do that. They have multiple part episodes in one season. So they're doing that here again. It seems like. Okay. That's what it seems like here. That's what it seems like. That they're doing a multiple. So it seems like the last 3 episodes are going to be 3-part episodes, and it's going to be tying up what happened in episode 5, because let's see, episode 6 is going to be tying up Storm's arc, and she may end up coming back in the later episodes, the last episodes. The last 3 episodes. I don't know what episode 7 is going to be about. It can still be like a little part of continuation, obviously, right? But the last 3 episodes look like it's going to be like it's go time, the big episodes. It's going to really tie up everything here. So, okay. Every episode now, even the non-part episodes, 6 and 7, eventually will be a tie-up to the last 3 episodes. 6 is going to end. It's going to be part 2 of the 4th episode, but that's going to play a role into the future episodes in this season. And the 7th episode obviously will. That's going to, right? They're all going to tie in eventually. So yeah, this is the show, man. Go check it out, man. A really good show. If you haven't seen it, stream it if you can. If you haven't seen it, really good show. Binge watch it. They're not long episodes. Let me see how long they are. They're about 30 minutes long, maybe. I'll just round it to about 30 minutes. Yeah, but go watch it, guys. So if you haven't seen the episode, go check them out, man. Because make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below, guys. I wish it could go on longer, but yeah, take care, guys.